And Alec was playing a dog, and then the dog basically was just sad and vented for the rest of the session about how he was accidentally raped by a rooster. It was a whole thing.
I think I called it a surprise fuck. I was venting to the horse. I said, "Yeah, I just got surprise fucked."
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's
fuck.
right. It was the horse. I forgot that you just like unloaded all that on the
Yeah.
horse like it was your therapist. Oh man, that was funny. And I'm pretty sure wasn't it like an accident, but you just crushed the roll. Or wait, Anthony's not in here yet.
Hey,
It was like
Yeah,
your
he
character
is.
made fun. Oh, is he? Shit, sorry, I was looking at the wrong chat.
I don't know if he's listening, but
It was like
we were
uh,
making fun of him because he rolled like natural ones on fucking hens. So we said he couldn't get it up, couldn't satisfy a female. So he decided to take it out on the dog, thinking he would roll another nat one, got a nat 20 or
I think he
something.
did get it at 20.
I mean, you shouldn't been talking shit. I mean, I don't.
You're one of the earliest Anthony's been here.
That's it, man. From now on, I'm getting in at 7 o'clock just out of spite.
But you did. You did that once, then you left, and you were at 7:45 again.
I think I left like 5 minutes before because I got tired of waiting, and then I was like 10 minutes late.
That sounds about right.
You're the only person I know that's both early and late to a D&D session. Like, how the fuck?
it is impressive though, for what it's worth.
All right, well, it looks like we are thusly gathered, so let's crack this thing off. It's been a while, so started off with a recap. Last session began as a group of flirtatious dryads led the sands of justice down a magical river bend, leading them to the lair of the Spring King and his many honey goblin servants. This massive bear-like manly humanoid welcomed the party to his hot tub and honey-filled chill zone. Through some dialogue and chilling, the party discovered that the last passerby from the material plane came to Stuart, aka the Spring King, in search of directions to the Autumn Court. He gave them directions, but explained to the party that they would likely need more than that if they sought the Autumn Court. More dialogue ensues, and the party agrees to help Stuart with a problem he's been having, for both his hospitality and not only directions, but perhaps some help in getting to the Autumn Court. Continuing the quest of locating Logos' father. After a bit more chilling and a long rest, Stuart leads the party beyond to his nearby honey goblin village and points out the location of a monster hunter that has been terrorizing the village, kidnapping honey goblins, occasionally battling Stuart, and otherwise being unchill. It is here where the fresh spring grass meets an ancient autumnal forest just beyond the tree line. You guys see a cozy log cabin, a bit of smoke rolling out of the chimney, and that is kind of where we are now. So as you guys approach, you guys are kind of walking through this green, lush grass, this very, the morning dew still on this very fresh spring grass, the smell and scent of spring just kind of wafting in the air around you. And it is like a drastic and direct cutoff. It is like almost as if it is a border between spring and autumn itself. This grass field leads straight to this autumnal forest, and maybe 20 yards in, you see the makings of this monster hunter's log cabin. So, tell me how you guys kind of proceed as you approach this autumnal forest.
Wait, didn't Chris, didn't you summon like some familiars? Oh wait, no, that was in Stewart's. Do you
Yeah,
still
I
have
was
it?
just spying. They're only around for an hour. Then I got to
Oh,
resummon
yeah,
them.
they're long gone. Okay, should we do a little recon or just walk right up to the front door and say hello?
Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain that the king said that this guy's been a bit of a problem. So perhaps it's best that we put our smooth talkers up front if he's going to be a bit brash.
All right, so that's me and Blade.
Yeah, it's probably just Gladiator. Why don't you just stand to the side of him, make him look
Listen,
good.
statistically wise, I should be good at smooth talking, but fine.
You're so
Oh,
charming.
I'm just saying the gods don't give with two hands, and I mean, based on the size of your hog, you probably aren't that good at talking.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll
Doesn't
just
talk with his mouth.
yeah, I'll stand brooding in the background like normal.
Perhaps you could act as the muscle for Blade. You know, help with his persuasion, but maybe let him do the talking.
I could be like
What is
his
it that we're looking to
bodyguard.
get from this fellow, anyway?
Yeah, what are we looking to acquire from this? Or no?
I think to stop messing with the honey goblins.
Yeah, I think he's doing
Oh,
something.
that's right.
Wants us to cut out the honey goblin hunting.
To get that honey folk.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that with that bear dude, his idea of unchill could be, uh, this guy is actually paying the honey goblins a wage. And, to him, that's unchill.
I think anything that takes his honey goblins away is considered unchill to him. But I do think didn't he say, correct me if I'm wrong, that they were being taken by force?
I think he said killed. But I mean, tomato, tomato. Maybe they're stealing his flowers.
That is
But
pretty.
Lucas, why don't you do a perimeter scout real quick? Make sure there's nothing hiding in the woods before we send people out into the open.
Yeah, okay. Gladiator, would you like to do the honors? And I'll prepare polymorph. I'm
I
kidding,
mean,
big guy. I'm kidding, big guy. Relax.
I was gonna say since you asked me nicely this time, I would not be opposed. But also, you're just so much sneakier than I am, and we all know I'm half blind. So
That's all
I
right,
can't
big
polymorph
guy.
on.
I can back him up on this one. And Renwick will flip the hood up on his cloak and just nod at Logus and offer to basically like run the perimeter with him. Keep an eye out since I'm pretty stealthy.
I will nod back and then wild shape into a falcon and just fly up and get a wide perimeter from up top. Correct me if I'm wrong. I keep my stats, right? Since I'm wild shaping.
You do keep your intelligence-based stats, I think. Like your wisdom, intelligence, and charisma scores should stay the same. I do believe. I'm not 100% on that.
I believe that's accurate, but yeah, you should be able to take the perception of the hawk at that point. But like when you're using like mental abilities, like you still have your mind.
Because I was what I want is because hawks get advantage on perception checks, but I would want to roll with my perception stats. Does that make
So
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. I'll allow it.
So if you had like super high charisma and you shapeshifted into a hawk, would you just be like super charismatic hawk?
I'd be a very flirty hawk.
You'd be like a pregnant hawk. You'd be full of eggs or something. I don't know.
All right. With advantage, I got a 33 perception via hawk in the air. Just looking for anything weird, any fuckery afoot. Um, maybe see if I see any goblins bodies or something.
Okay, for sure. That's a stellar check there. So, Renwick, are you assisting him in any way? Are you like approaching this cabin, or tell me kind of what
Yeah,
your plan was?
if he's going eagle eyes up top, then like I assume this is like we're passing through kind of a wooded area, yeah. So there's foliage and whatnot.
Oh yeah, you're definitely in this autumnal forest.
Yeah, so I just want to sneak around kind of the outskirts of this plot of land. I'm going to keep an eye out for like what I assume this guy has probably set up as traps in like the tree lines and things like that, and also just get a general lay of like the area surrounding the hut. And I'll try to be stealthy about it. But I'm pretty much
Okay.
just trying to scout us a path as Logus is taking the eye in the sky.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth, and we'll call it a perception check as well. So
Alright.
Logos, with you being crazy kind of high up in the sky, well, let's see what Renwick rolls. Maybe I'll combo this description.
Stealth is a 25, and perception's a nat 20 for a 30.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, both of you having... I won't have to split this up. Okay, so nestled at the edge of this like enchanted autumnal forest, a cozy log cabin stands as a welcoming beacon amidst the vibrant tapestry of the seasons. Its rugged wooden exterior is adorned with climbing vines and clusters of green moss, blending harmoniously with the natural surroundings. The gentle crackle of a warm fire can be seen through the small paned windows, casting a flickering glow across the porch, where pumpkins of various shapes and sizes sit in a cheerful arrangement. Around this cabin, the air is perfumed with the rich scent of fallen leaves and the faintest hint of smoke from the chimney. Bright shades of orange and red and gold fill the trees, their leaves rustling softly in this crisp breeze, creating a symphony of nature that enhances this already serene atmosphere. Aside from that, as you guys kind of cross this, what is this like green meadow, and you step into this autumnal forest, the log cabin isn't far from this like kind of border, we'll say. But the second you guys step across, kind of leaving your party, the sun seems to shoot across the sky, and what was a morning only seconds ago is now apparently a dusk, as the sun kind of just lingers on the horizon, kind of casting the sky in an orange hue. Aside from that, Logos, you see what appears to be, because of your aerial view, you see what appears to be a small garden. There's like a tree stump with like a hatchet and a watering can just kind of chilling in the backyard. And there's, 4 or 5 bushes back there that look to be maybe being tended. But aside from that, neither of you see any people or entities. Just this autumnal forest and this beautiful kind of area with this log cabin.
Looks, but no activity. Looks empty, or
You can see what would appear to be the glow of a fire kind of casting out some of these pane glass windows. And there's definitely smoke coming out of the chimney.
oh, okay. So outside is clear so far.
Correct.
Okay. But after a while of like just flying about and doing my due diligence, I'll come down to back to the party. land on Gladier's shoulder and then revert back to Logus. So he's just got Logus sitting on his shoulder now. Seems pretty clear. There is somebody inside the house for sure. Outside of that, there's doesn't seem to be much going on here.
I feel like you're pretty light. I could probably hold you really well. Just stand there.
Grapple him.
Well, I suppose perhaps the most direct approach might be the way to go. Maybe we just knock on the door.
I mean, if this doesn't appear to be any traps or ambushes laying out, I mean, might be the best course. Blade will, I guess, start making his way over.
Once we get about 15 or so feet from the door, I'm going to have Renwick cast Mage Hand and send the Mage Hand to knock so that we're not like 5 people like towering on this dude as he opens the door. I want to give us a little space.
Okay. As the party approaches, you summon your spectral hand to rap upon the door, and rap it does. Once, twice, 3 times. You wait a moment. You wait a moment longer. There does not appear to be a response.
Doesn't look like he's taking visitors right now.
Should we knock a little louder? And more insistent?
Well, the only thing we know about this man is that he's in an iron suit, which I can only assume is a suit of armor. And he's wielding dual kopeshes, so perhaps being aggressive might not be our best move.
That's a fair point. Glader, maybe, or not Glader, I'm Glader.
That's you.
Blade.
Me?
Blade,
Since,
maybe you
when
should. Oh,
did he
sorry.
talk to himself in the third person? That's weird.
It had to drop you off my shoulder. Blade, maybe you should. I don't play a little tune and announce our arrival. See if maybe that gets him curious enough to come outside.
Blade will go ahead and pull his lute out and kind of just start playing pretty softly, but then gradually get louder and louder and louder, and be like, "Please come outside and see what's arrived. A party of 3, or maybe it's 5."
While he does that, can I just peek in through the window and make sure there's somebody in there?
Yeah, Blade, go ahead and give me a performance check. Logos, go. Do you want to do this stealthily, or are you just walking up to the window?
I think at this point, we've knocked on the door, so if there is someone in there, I think I'll just go look.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I shit you not, that's another 33. D&D Beyond is being very generous. That's 18 plus 15.
All right. And 25 for performance there, Blade?
Yeah.
All right. So as you kind of, begin to sing and Logos sneaks forward to kind of peek through the window. Logos, the window is very dirty. It's like sooty almost. It's kind of hard. You have to like clear a little spot to peek in. As you peek in, you see a bed, a chair and table, a few cabinets, a roaring fire in the fireplace, but nobody around. Just an empty cabin. You guys notice, kind of on the outskirts, watching Logos kind of peek through a window, Blade's melody, Blade's little performance has drew the attention of what appears to be at first several woodland creatures. But as you guys look around in this small little cove where this cozy little cabin is nested away, you are seeing hundreds, maybe thousands of woodland creatures all peering at you. Half hidden, but you guys have definitely drawn their interest. Squirrels, dozens of different species of bird, small rodents, rabbits, mice, the occasional owl. You spot a few foxes. Like, you guys are on display. You're being watched by hundreds of animals at this moment.
Well, good job, Snow White.
An audience is an audience, I guess.
It's a pretty
I
clever
don't
trick.
I don't think there's anybody here, guys. Helps like couldn't be.
Well, the hell we do
I
now?
say give it a
Well,
day.
Isn't there anybody here that could speak to the animals? Perhaps talk to one of them. See if they know where this guy's gone.
Maybe the guy with the mom is a druid.
Oh no, that'd be silly.
Logus, you grew up with a giant fucking squirrel in your house. I'm sure you could talk to one of these animals and see what the hell's going on, right?
No,
I mean,
actually, I've never been able to speak to him. Believe it or not, I take more after my father.
oh shit.
You're telling me with all the magic we have between all of us, there's not a single one of us that can speak to animals. That just doesn't sound like any of the actual players.
Nah, I'm kidding with you. I can speak to animals. And
I deal with dead people.
Logus will go up to one of the more open-looking animals, one that looks friendly and it looks like it's willing to talk, whatever it may be.
We'll call it a deer. A young doe kind of looks on from behind some trees.
Cast speak with animals. Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt the performance. Are you enjoying the music?
The melodies, they're magical.
Yeah, we're nice people. We don't mean no harm. We're just looking for a friend. You wouldn't happen to have seen anyone come from this house recently.
The hunter lives there. We steer clear of him when we can, but the music, it beckoned us.
Well, I mean, we have business with the hunter. Maybe we can be of help. If you only show us, maybe points us in the direction he went, or if you have any information on where he might be, it'd be a good help.
Let me roll a die real quick. I steer clear of the hunter and his cottage. He comes and goes, but when he comes, he stays for days. I believe I caught his scent just yesterday, so he's near, if not somewhere in that cabin, I imagine.
You've been more help than you realize. I appreciate the information, and I'll have my friend play a little bit more music before you head on your way. I don't want you to get into trouble with the hunter for being around too long.
Thank you. Tell him to play louder.
All right, I will. Logos will head back to the group. Blades, they really enjoy the music. They asked if you could play just a little bit louder. The animals tend to stay clear of this area because the hunter, I guess, hunts them. But she did say that he comes and goes, and when he's here, he stays for days at a time. And she caught his scent, so if he's not here, he's close by.
Oh shit, guys! I completely forgot. I figured out a new spell with my with Paylor that I think I might be able to help, locate this guy if he's close by. I mean, should I try it, or do we want to try and knock it one more time, or I don't know, I might be able to locate him or something.
Oh, is it that spell called Cast Use Eyes?
Oh no, if he had that, he probably would have used it by now. He's smart enough to know.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, damn.
Sorry.
But seriously, just say that your imaginary friend taught you a new spell.
Yeah. I think I can locate specific creatures if I'm familiar enough with them or able to describe them, and if they're close by, I can figure out what direction they're in. Yeah. So I'm gonna use my 1/4 level spell slot and cast locate creature.
All right. What's
Yeah.
the language of locate creature? What am I doing
Yes. So describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. You sense a direction to the creature's location as long as it is within 1,000 feet of you. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind, such as a human or a unicorn. So long as you've seen such a creature up close, within 30 feet at least, if the creature you described or named is in different form, such as being under the effects of polymorph spell, the spell doesn't locate the creature. The spell can't locate a creature if. What the fuck? Oh, okay. If running water or at least 10 feet wide blocks. Oh, if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature. I didn't know that last part. Yeah, so if there's a fucking river between us, I guess I can't locate him. Yeah, so I would just describe how um Stuart described it to us, a man in a metal suit of armor with two Kopesh like swords. And I can't remember, it's been so long. Did he describe any more than that, or is that like the basic description he gave us?
So it was basic description. You pretty much nailed it on the head. But I mean, I'm gonna leave it up to you to kind of describe this person in best of detail that you can to me. And if you get close, it'll crack off, and you'll be able to kind of like focus. But essentially, you do not know who this person is. You have never met them. He did say that they're covered in armor, but he didn't really mention what kind of armor. Could be banded mail, could be plate mail, could be. He did mention that he carried a couple of blades at his side. I believe he did say they were Kopesh's. But yeah, you tell me what you envision, and if you get close enough, we'll allow this spell to crack off.
Okay. Would it be, and absolutely 100% feel free to say no to this, but would it be too metagamey to ask Logus, yeah, what Randall just said, to see if the animals can maybe help describe him a little further? Would I know enough? I mean, I know I haven't cast the spell before, so there's reason to believe that I wouldn't know the extent of description I needed. But do you think it would be too metagame to ask to see if we can get a further description to help me with this?
No, that'll make sense. You guys could definitely kind of pool your spells and resources and things to kind of team up on this.
All right. Yeah, so I would just turn to Logus and be like, now I think I don't have that much information on him, so can you maybe ask the animals again to see if they can describe what he looks like a little bit? It might help me, zero in on the target, so to speak.
Is the deer that I spoke to still there?
Yeah, still kind of raptly kind of staring at Blade, hoping that he plays a new tune even louder.
Blade, don't drop that tune or the deer might run off. And he'll walk back over. I'm sorry, ma'am, for bothering you again. But if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could you perhaps describe what this man looks like to me, just so I could know when I see him?
She kind of cocks her head. She says, he looks like the one playing music, but he always wears a mask and suit of armor. Never seen their face, just the mask.
Um, Maybe what he smells like. I know you said you caught his scent. Is it sweat? Is it cleanliness? Is it what do you smell?
Iron, blood, death,
Goodness.
lavenders.
Oh, that's good at least. It's not too bad. Uh, Thank you for your help. I'll tell my friend to keep playing. If I need anything else, I will come talk to you.
She nods as her and a couple of other does kind of creep around the next bush, eyeing Blade closely.
Gladia, so he wears a suit of armor and a mask.
Was there anything else? That's it.
Yeah.
They
Did
said
they
he
say anything
smelled.
about like what type of creature, what sort of race he might be?
No, they said he smells like death.
They didn't say he possibly looked like someone around us.
I didn't catch it. I don't think so.
Oh, well, that's woefully sad. I suppose we'll just move on then.
Oh, wait, you're right. They did. They said he looked like Blade. I'm
All
sorry, I
right,
got caught up in this enchanting melody that Blade is playing.
it is very enchanting. All right, let me see if I can make this work. Yeah, I'll just try and see if it's enough. Glaire's gonna sit down, maybe take out a couple candles. They're not necessary for the spell, but he likes them. Um, uh, and light the candles. And then he's gonna hold his amulet to Palor and start praying. And now listen, need your help with locating a creature around here. Believe it might be someone of some sort of elven descent with metallic armor, wears a mask, smells of a lavender and death, and he carries two swords that we think might be something like my father's, the Kopesh. You can help me try and find this, it'd be very helpful. And just hope, and just sit there and hope he feels something.
Pretty apt description there. You kind of. I'll give you. It's all going to come down to the answer to this question. Are you looking for a man, or are you looking for a woman?
Shit. Yeah, we don't. I mean,
50-50 shot, and I'm all for
yeah.
equality. So,
I think he would go with man. From what's been described to him, it would lead him to believe it was a man. So he would say man.
Alas, the spell fizzles, and you receive nothing.
He probably kind of realizes that the spell doesn't catch hold and just maybe sits there for like another minute or two, pretending like he's still waiting, and then just deep sigh. Uh, Sorry guys, but I don't think it worked. I'm not sure if maybe we just didn't describe it enough, or maybe they're just not in the immediate area. But yeah, I'm not getting a ping on anything.
That's
Oh.
all right. You usually mess up a lot, anyways. I didn't expect much.
Yeah, when did I become the punching bag around here?
I just not to punch you. That I'm being, being honest as a friend. I love you, buddy. We just,
Yeah, all right. Well, anyone else got something that maybe we can try and find this fucker with?
yeah, the old-fashioned way. Can I look? Can I split up and look for clues? Maybe like footprints that maybe you left the house. If they say it's maybe fairly new, maybe try to track and see if you left the house recently. Did you say a man or a woman? I missed that part.
I said I was looking for a man.
So it's a woman. Any footprints that she may have left?
Go ahead and give me a survival check as you kind of scout around the area for footprints.
I do want to be noted, I am playing louder for these woodland creatures.
Yeah,
You definitely have like a Disney princess thing going on. Like there's birds fluttering near you, and small rodents have like come all the way up to your feet. Like you have like a rapt audience of woodland creatures.
it's 17 total.
With a 17, you do find some prints, but they are coming from the wood line, and they are deep, heavy prints indicating someone tall and heavy. Broad footsteps. And these footprints are pretty large. Definitely iron boots. But several footprints come in from the tree line and head straight to the front door. But there are no other prints, at least that you can see.
I kind of pointed out to the group, and all signs are pointing that she's probably inside the house. Maybe she's a heavy sleeper or something. Renwick, maybe perhaps we sneak in and check the house, maybe just to see if she's home or not.
Well, I mean, normally I'd be all for sneaking into places. I will say that given the shit that we've seen since we've been in the Feywild, I hesitate to break into her hut. I'd imagine she's got some sort of incantation. It's probably gonna fuck us up if we attempt that. We could always try a different route. And he's gonna cast minor illusion. And you said that there was smoke rising out of the chimney. Can I use minor illusion to like essentially affect the color and make it turn to black smoke? Maybe if like the hunter sees it, she'll come back to see if her hut's on fire.
Oh yeah, for sure. You could absolutely do that.
Sick. Then yeah, you'll just see this like wisp of black smoke leave his tentacle hand and then rise up to the chimney smoke, and it starts to turn like a darker color as it rises.
The chimney, black chimney smoke, kind of goes far and high as you kind of uh, go about changing the colors. Nothing seems to happen, at least not in this immediate moment. So, kind of tell me how you proceed.
Lucas is going to walk up to Blade and say, I bet you 10 gold pieces I can make those animals more afraid of sound than what your instrument could do keeping them.
Oh, I mean, perhaps. They do seem pretty drawn in.
I will step so I'm 6 feet away from any other character, and then I'm going to cast Thunderclap, which creates a burst of thunderous sound which can be heard 100 feet away. And then there's damage for any creature within 5 feet. So I make sure I step 6.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an intimidation check with advantage.
So do all like the little mice and squirrels around my feet get blown up?
If anything's within 5 feet of me, it would be taking 3d6 thunder damage, failing a con save. Uh,
I need you to
27.
clarify that. Are there any woodland creatures within range when he casts this? Because that's really fucking brutal.
Snow White covered in blood.
That's up to Locris. I think he said he stepped clear of everybody, but I guess not everything.
Yep, I only made sure I was away from any other character. It didn't matter to me if animals were close by.
Okay, so several mice, a rabbit, and some sort of like blue jay are all fried in the process. I mean, having 1 or 2 hit points, 3d6 pretty much does them in, even on minimum damage. So yeah, as it goes off, you absolutely splatter a handful of tiny woodland creatures into just kind of viscera and gore. And with this loud boom and a 27 intimidation check, Blade's performance is no longer wrapped enough to keep all of the creatures, and with this loud boom, they all immediately flee into the forest. Several small chipmunks at Blade's feet can't really decide which way to go and are so terrified they just keel over of anxiety and heart attack. Yeah, essentially all of the animals have been cleared out of the area.
I walk back over to Blade and hold my hand out.
Blade will kind of reach at his pack and pay the 10 gold. You know, you've made a fair deal.
Logus is going to be like near the door listening for any rustling about.
I think Renwick's just fucking horrified at what what just happened and how two of you just shrugged it off.
I mean,
Blade.
what do you expect from Locris at this point?
Well, he's not normally one to slaughter innocent creatures. He usually reserves it for enemies at the very least.
I don't think. I mean, they were casualties inadvertent casualties. I don't think he saw
Aren't
them
you normally the
necessarily.
animal activist of the group?
Well,
You're the one defending that action right there.
knowing Locris, I don't think he did it on purpose. I just think, he wasn't fully paying attention to what was around his feet. But he did move away from us, and that does show some sense of, compassion, at least.
I think Renwick's just in a state of disbelief. Kind of just steps back and shakes his head.
If it makes you feel better, Renwick, I can turn you into a blue jay for a little bit.
Oh, what? So he can blow me up?
I don't know. I'm just gonna go, and then I'll just go back to like put my ear by the door.
Yeah, give me a perception check as you kind of listen into this cabin.
Bro, D&D Beyond is rolling fucking rocks for perception checks. It's a 32.
You hear nothing but the sound of the crackling fire inside.
All right. Either this person doesn't care that we're out here or is not here. I think we should just go in at this point.
Yeah, why don't we just go inside and sit down and wait? I mean, I'm sure they got to come home at some point.
But, Gladiator, I mean, this begs the question, who starts a fire and then leaves their house?
I
Someone
mean, it's
will.
I
most
have
likely
one
a
more
magical
idea.
fire.
With the cauldron, I can cast scrying. So we can see if between all your yammering, if I can somehow locate this person. that sound fair to everyone?
Yeah.
I mean,
That sounds good to me. Do you need anything for the spell? Like any possession of theirs, or can you just cast it as is?
It helps if I have something of theirs.
Is there still an axe in that stump?
Yeah, you walk around to the back of this house, and there's like a small fence, and it's got like 4 or 5 little shrubs, 4 or 5 little bushes, and there's a hand axe stuck in the stump next to a old rusty watering can.
All right, yeah. Renwick will pull the hand axe out, bring it to Locris. Just be like, well, if this is her land, then presumably this is her axe.
Well, that'll definitely help. If you got a piece of her hair from a brush inside, that would help more. How
Renwick,
nimble are
we
you
going
feeling?
inside?
Well, as stated before, it's the Feywild, so I can only imagine that there's some fuckery that's going to happen with the door. But I suppose if it'll help, don't necessarily want to invade this mysterious figure's privacy. But
It's all right, Renwick. You don't have to.
uh, you said there's like paned glass? Are those windows like hard mounted, or does it seem like they could be opened?
I'm gonna leave that one to the dice. Odds will be paned, and evens will be openable, and it is a deuce. So evens it is. Yeah, they looks like at least 1 or 2 of these windows could be shimmied open for sure.
All right. If I peek through the window, can I see anything that looks like, might like a hairbrush or something that might have DNA, basically?
Give me a perception check as you kind of peek through the window.
27.
So the inside of the cabin is pretty quaint. There's a rug in front of the door. There's a bed. It's very modest. It looks average quality at best. It kind of looks rickety. There's a table with a single chair. There's this actually pretty nice brick fireplace / chimney. And there's some like cabinets, it looks like. Some kitchenware hung on the walls and things. It definitely looks like some lived in. It's got a bit of furniture here and there. But yeah, you don't spot a hairbrush specifically, at least not from the window.
Then he'll just turn around and just be like, well, I was going to get real clever with Mage Hand, but I'm not seeing anything that really fits the bill. You might just have to roll with the axe.
What about a picture? Do you see a picture or anything that we can see her face?
With a 27, did I by chance notice a self-portrait anywhere on the wall?
I'll say, the window's kind of dirty and sooty from the fireplace inside, so it's not exactly like clear that you're looking through. But you do see, adornments on the wall. There is like a tapestry here or there. It's kind of hard to make out the details from outside, but there are, various doodads and knickknacks hung upon the walls.
If I'm being honest, this all is really starting to sound like set up for us to specifically go inside, and we're just being giant pussies.
I've been saying you're the only one that can really unlock a door. What? You know what? Why don't you see if the door is trapped before I go? Just turn the knob.
That's a fair point. Can I roll a perception check on the door to see if, like, maybe there's any runes or signs of danger or fuckery since we're in the Feywild?
Let's make it an investigation check, but yeah.
Fuck. I have no bonus for investigation. I just want to use my eyes. But holy shit, a natural 20. See, I can't do this shit in
Very
combat. Fucking skill checks.
It would appear to you that this door has been seen a lot of use, but you do not see any traps, and nor is it locked.
In
right.
that case, Renwick will put eyes on it,
Wait,
and
Renwick.
he'll kind of
Wait.
lean in. Oh, what's up?
Logus is gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on this.
Oh, okay. I like that. And he kind of eyeballs the door, looks at it, kind of checks the door frame. Pretty convinced it's good to go, but he still doesn't trust it. And he steps back and he goes, "Logus, I think the ghost is clear." And then he turns and he goes, "Gladiator, open the door." He takes a couple steps back.
Glader just shrugs and walks up and opens the door.
It opens with a loud creak into this kind of humble cabin, and aside from the roaring glow of this fire, there's some modest furniture. Like I said, there's a bed, there's a like a kitchen table, but with a single chair. On this table, there's a spoon and a bowl. There's also a couple of cabinets just kind of clinging to the wall. There's this like fireplace and mantle kind of set up, but it's pretty humble. Aside from that, there are several knickknacks hanging on the walls. A lot of them are like cooking utensils or cooking pots and things, but there are a couple of tapestries that are kind of dusty and folded up, but they're tacked to the wall at the very least.
Can I just take a walk around the room looking at the floor to see if there's any like trap doors, like if there's any rugs, like lift the rugs up and look underneath, look under whatever furniture to see if there's any sort of possibly any like hidden basement.
Give me an investigation check as you kind of go through the cabin.
Yeah, of course. Um, that is a 12.
So you look around, you move the rug, there's nothing under the rug. You peek under the bed, there's nothing there. You open the cabinets and peek inside. A single plate and a single glass with a single like spoon and fork. And aside from that, there's some average kind of cotton blankets and a small goose down like pillow on this bed, but essentially, it's kind of a humble shenanigans.
All right, well, guys, I mean the coast is clear. I don't see anyone in here, and it seems that they're whoever this is living alone. So I guess we just sit and wait. And he's just gonna walk over. Uh, did you say there was there like a chair or something by the fireplace?
Just one single chair, and it's like a wooden chair, and it's been pushed up to the like kitchen table.
All right. Does it look? What's the size? Actually, what's the size of the furniture? Does it look like average humanoid height, or is it smaller or bigger? Like, does it? Because I'm a pretty big, and I mean, I'm still considered medium, but I'm pretty big in size for a medium creature. Does it look like it was built for something of my stature or something smaller?
It's made very sturdily. It looks like though the components, some of the wood and stuff might be subpar, salvaged from someplace. The craftsmanship of this chair is actually fairly sturdy. It could probably handle a large creature without breaking, but someone of your size, would probably be quite comfortable in this chair.
Hmm. Guys, I don't think this is a really a small person. Just from quick observation, seems like they. I mean, this chair, and he just kind of like pulls it out from the table and just like lifts it up and like hits it on the floor a little bit, like not trying to break it, but just like show off its sturdiness. Like, I mean, this is like built for something with some weight to it. So I don't think this is a small.
We knew that. Did you see the heavy indentations from the footprints that it left outside?
Well, yeah, I'm
Did
just.
you just ask him if he saw something? I mean,
My bad.
Fuck you, yes. He's just gonna sit down in the chair.
Ooh, I cast using my eyes.
God damn it. What did I do to you?
Excellent deductive reasoning there, Gladiator. Great job.
Claire's just gonna pout in the corner.
I cast using my eye.
Oh, I'm gonna go clean up my loot.
Is that a euphemism?
it is with Blade.
Just let me know if you're coming out.
Blade just starts whacking it in the corner and good.
Oh, this bed's sturdy.
And you're very stealthy right now. Plus 10 to stealth checks if you want to do it sneakily.
Sleight of hand.
Well, since we're in here, Logus is gonna search around the rest of the house first. Sneakily, is it just one big open room, or is there any other in or out?
It's just one big open room, but go ahead and give me an investigation check if you'd like.
I would not like to do it, but I will give it to you.
I think Renwick's gonna post up outside of the hut, by the way, and just kind of keep watch on the surrounding area because I'm sketched out.
Makes sense.
Just let me know. Just let me know if you find a fingernail, hair, just something.
Investigation.
Investigation check? Yeah? No? Maybe?
Yeah. He's out there.
I rolled a 16.
With the 16, you do pick up on the fact that everything in the room is dusty. Like, it doesn't look like it's been used in some time. The dishes in the cabinets, the bowl and spoon on the table, the chair, even the floor. You're leaving dusty footprints wherever you guys kind of go. It doesn't look like this has been used for some time.
Guys, I don't think the hunter's been through here for a while. This place is very dusty and looks like it's been left to itself for a while. Well, can I see where that fire was coming from then, or the light that we saw in the smoke?
Yeah, you see that there is a roaring fire in this fireplace, and it's got like a stone chimney made from various river rock, kind of various smooth stones that have been stacked in proper order. But yeah, it's kind of a simple, definitely a homemade kind of job. But once again, like the product looks scavenged, but the actual architecture is almost sophisticated with this particular chimney, if you will. But yeah, a roaring fire within.
This is weird. Anybody have any other ideas? Something ain't sitting right here.
All right.
I
So
mean,
then,
at this point, I'm of the mindset we step outside, we make it look like we were never inside, and we pitch a tent and give it a little time, but I'm not really sure what else to do.
Well, I could still try that whole scrying thing.
Yeah, I think that's probably a bit next step. Best next step.
So I'll pull out the cauldron and then take her axe and toss it in and cast scrying. Takes 10 minutes to cast. Verbal, somatic, material, but the cauldron replaces the material. Concentration up to 10 minutes. You can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you. Target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified, and it'll be a +1 altogether to her wisdom saving throw. Because I only have secondhand knowledge, which is a +5, but I also have a possession, the axe, so -4 or +1. DC 18. On a successful save, the target isn't affected, and I can't use it again for 24 hours. On a fail save, the spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you are there. The sensor moves with the target remaining within 10 feet of it for its duration. A creature that can see invisible objects sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist.
All right, so I guess I'll just roll that in chat. Skadoosh. Okay. Does 14 pass or fail? What did you say, 18?
Yeah, DC was 18, so it would fail.
Okay, so you see it's very dark all around, and you're moving kind of swiftly. It appears to be underground, and then you're following this beating of this boots as someone moves swiftly, and then they stop suddenly, and they peer around a corner of another tunnel, and they linger in this like a four-way section for some time, and then they take off running down another dark corridor and continue to do so for rinse and repeat for several minutes.
Okay, so good news, bad news. The hunter is alive, but is underground in some tunnels, just going this way and that way, probably lost. So you might have had a good description there, Gladier, just covered.
Didn't didn't I think I saw gardening something in the backyard. Maybe they were digging tunnels or something.
But nobody saw a tunnel when you and Renwick were walking around, did you?
No, but there were bushes and stuff back there. Maybe they didn't want the opening of the tunnel to be out in the open. Doesn't hurt to go check.
That's a fair point. The DM has mentioned those bushes twice, so Renwick's gonna go peek in the bushes.
The DM, what is that? Your new god or something?
He's my imaginary friend, but sometimes he gets me through tough times, and other times he punishes me for doing stupid shit.
Sounds kinky.
Voices in your head tell you I'm mostly trying to kill you. Yeah, so as you go and run up on these bushes in the back, there's like a tree stump that once had a hatchet in it. It's got like an iron watering can just kind of sitting on it. There's like this half-built fence. It's not very high, and it's only 4 or 5 feet long. and there are 5 shrubs on the other side of this fence, and they're, go ahead and give me, we'll call it an accept perception, nature, investigation, as you kind of run up on the bushes.
We'll go with 19 perception.
With a 19 perception, you first thing you notice is these kind of autumnal bushes. All of them seem to be berry bushes. There are berries of both red and purple and blue, kind of intermixed on each and every single one of these plants.
24 perception, if that matters.
When I noticed that there's a couple different types of berries, just knowing that, like, we plucked flowers and orcs came out, so like maybe these berries have some shit going on. He's gonna call out. He'll whistle and be like, "Logus, you're pretty good about this nature stuff. What are the odds that these aren't normal berries?" Is he like admiring the different colors and whatnot?
I don't know much about berries, but I mean, I would say about 50-50. Either you eat them and they're good, or you eat them and you die. We could give it a go.
Well, I mean, perhaps you want to give them a closer inspection before we go popping them, but I suppose if we sit around here long enough, we're going to get hungry and environmental.
Logus is gonna put his eyeball right on the berry to see if it's like the other berries he's had here. Well, maybe I've never had berries in the Feywild. I'll see if I can. Logus tell if these berries are legit.
Go ahead and give me a nature or survival check.
So I'll do survival, and I rolled a nat 1 for 11.
Logus, you kind of, you put your eyeball on this berry and you squish it between your fingers a little bit. And it smells kind of sour, but for the most part, it's just a berry. You're not sure what to make of it, heads or tails.
I'm gonna wait till I catch Gladier yawning and then flick it in his mouth.
I don't know if Gladier's even with you guys. Last I heard, he was sitting in the chair.
Yeah, I'm still
I'm
inside
giving you
the
a hard
cabin.
time.
While he's inspecting those berries, though, Renwick's going to walk back in the hut and just use his wand of secrets.
The wand of secrets spins around a couple times and then points to the wall opposite this kind of fireplace. Nothing remarkable, there's a kitchen cabinet essentially with a couple of dishes, but it seems to be pointing at a tapestry on the wall. You can't really make heads or tails of it. It's kind of just hung up by one corner, and it's fairly dusty, but it's kind of, not hung well, we'll say, draped in over itself. But your wand of secrets points you to this tapestry.
I think Sean's saying tapestry for the 10th time. Means we should check out the tapestry.
Yes.
Well, he said bushes a lot, and they were just.
Yeah, I was going to say, he brought up the bushes and specifically called out the number of bushes, too, so it was like, huh. But, so Renwick will use the wand, and it goes off, and he goes, "Holy shit, this thing finally found something. I've been using it for fucking ever, and it damn near finds, fuck all."
Maybe we have to put the 4 corners of the tapestry in the right position according to the 4 bushes outside that are determined by the color of berry.
Oh, yes, and how many colors of berries were there?
They're just
Logus
gonna
will run
walk up
outside and
tear the tapestry from the wall.
Locust is gonna run outside and try to see how many different colors of berries there are in the bushes.
All right. They're only, let's see, there are 4 different colors: green, blue, red, and purple.
Locust runs back in. Green, blue, red, and purple. I think I forgot the third one.
Literally just said it. God damn.
I was in the middle of grabbing a Powerade, and I was slightly distracted. Green, blue, red, and purple. What are the colors of the tapestry?
Did anything happen when I tore it off the wall?
Oh no, sorry, I didn't hear that. There was a lot of chaos on
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
You tear this tapestry off the wall. It wasn't mounted very good, and you have this kind of dusty old tapestry in your hands. So you kind of open it up and take a gander. It is a beautifully woven tapestry, and it depicts scenes of the Feywild. There's a familiar meadow full of flowers, and suddenly there's a flash of light. A bunch of adventurers are now in this field of flowers. One, after some dialogue, it looks like they're talking, they're arguing. One picks a flower, while another, stomps several flowers into the ground. While they kind of go a little bit chaotic. One of them becomes a flower, and it's not long before you realize you are watching yourselves in the past in this tapestry.
Uh, guys, are you seeing this?
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to show us where you get rejected, or when Logos gets rejected because you wouldn't put out.
I mean, maybe if we keep watching. I don't know. It's not quite there yet. It's still at the flower field when we first got here.
Giving Gladiator the stink eye behind him as it brings back memories.
All right. So the wand of secrets point of this tapestry, and I mean that's all we got. And it's showing. Can I try and hang it up like properly, just like at the very least, so we can see it, uh, like observe it more easily?
Yeah, you tack it back up where it was originally. You put all 4 corners into the wall, and yeah, kind of before you guys, it's shifting views. It's a beautiful woven tapestry that's depicting scenes in the Feywild. You see just like a beautiful horizon, a crisp beach on the ocean. But after you guys watch it for some time, it always ends up going to you guys when you first arrived in the Feywild, and you guys are kind of meandering around this meadow, if you will. And the longer you watch, the kind of more it just talks about your journey. It's just this intricate, magical, moving tapestry that, aside from showing various beautiful scenery, is slowly kind of telling your guys' story upon arrival here at the Feywild.
All right, well, that's telling us nothing. I'll pull out the wand of detect magic and cast it, making sure to check the wall behind the tapestry as well.
Okay, so the tapestry itself definitely comes up magic, but the only other magical ping in the cabin is the ever burning log in the fireplace. It looks like it's magically enchanted to run for a significant amount of time. A significant amount of time to people in the Feywild could be hundreds of years.
So the tapestry is hanging up.
Correct.
Can Blade just like walk up to the tapestry and just like touch it? Just like kind of feel like just put his hand on it just to see what happens?
you go ahead and give me. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a soft tapestry. It's definitely made of some of the finer fabrics. Various silks and cloths that you might not even be familiar with.
Hmm.
Well, maybe. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. As you guys kind of watch, it just kind of eventually repeats. It seems kind of focused on your guys' first arrival here in the Feywild.
I'm just gonna be like, I think this is a magical lady. I charge it.
Can I see if
No, I
it's?
won't do that.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, maybe we just. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe she just left and somewhere completely different in the Feywild. She might not even be near here.
I mean, our task was just to get her to stop. So success.
Maybe we could
Okay.
ask Stewart if he knows about any underground tunnels.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the idea of this individual peering on us. I think we should take the tapestry.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Roll it up and put it in the hole.
That begs the
So
question: is the reason this person moved on is because they saw us arrive?
I don't
Hmm.
think they moved on. The way it looked, they're trying to escape, whether from something or because they got lost. I don't know. Judging by how long waiting around corners, I think hiding, but I don't know that had anything to do with us specifically. We're just a unique circumstance.
But it's very weird, or at least a coincidence that they said he looks or she looks like Blade, and then perhaps this tapestry shows Blade arriving. It just seems
Yeah, could be.
Blade, was it you? Are you the hunter?
well, my mom was a great hunter.
Wait, actually?
No,
roll
no.
insight. Roll insight.
God,
Do
you're
I
so
believe
easy.
it?
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
29
hungry.
insight.
Locris is going to go out and eat a blueberry.
Okay. All five bushes seem to carry, all four colors of berry. Uh, Bush 1 through 5, Locris, which one do you pluck a berry from?
Let's roll a d10, and whatever half of the number is the bush. Oh wait, I could just do 1 through 5.
I was
That's
like,
right.
yeah, you could just Avery it up.
5. Well, I forgot that you could do this weird ass ones with Avery.
Yeah. You go to the fifth bush and you pluck off a berry, and you eat this berry, I assume.
Yep.
Juicy and tasteful. It's aromatic in a way that it's almost magical. Like, this is probably one of the freshest berries you've ever eaten. For whatever reason, picking it off the vine, it's still like cold, like it's been chilled somehow. But yeah, it's one of the sweetest, best tasting berries you've ever encountered.
I'm just going to yell out, God damn, those are good. And then I'll pick another one.
It's from the same bush?
No, let's try a different one.
Which one?
So, bush number 3.
You go to bush number 3 and you pop a berry. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. What's my cost save? 8. So 18.
18 is a pass. You take a whopping 3 points of poison damage, but you do not suffer the poison status effect. But these berries are rotten and fermented and immediately make you want to vomit upon swallowing them.
Logos will try Bush 4.
Bush 4. Logos, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
It's an 18 total.
Similar circumstance. You take a whopping 3 points of poison damage, but you do not take the poison status effect. But yeah, the berries on this bush are also exceptionally rotten and fermented, and after swallowing them, you feel as if you have to vomit.
After hearing Locris saying, God damn, these are good, and then eating a rotten berry, Locris is going to just look at him like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, this bush here sucks. No, just this one. And I'll take 3 more berries from bush 5 and pop them in my mouth.
They immediately kind of wash out that terrible rotten fruit lingering like smell and flavor, and once again, these are some of the best berries you've ever eaten. Juicy, cold to the touch, the texture, the sweetness, it's all perfect.
The berries and nothing happening. Logos will try the berries. And while I'm there, can I tell that if the fifth bush, does it seem to be like a younger bush, like it was been more recently planted, or the other bushes older and neglected, or like is there a reason they're rotten?
Go ahead and give me a survival or nature check.
And nat one on a survival check. That's crazy. For an 11 total, if that matters.
So you notice as you're kind of inspecting these bushes that these are definitely some magically enchanted bushes. They seem to kind of have their own will. Some of them they don't outright like move, but they appear to be like breathing, like almost like a lung. You can see them take in air and expel air, and they kind of move and sway kind of almost happily here. But aside from that, yeah, these are definitely some enchanted bushes.
Because what do you think that this bush is fine, but these well, can I see, since bush 2 and I think 3 and 4 are 1 and 2 also rotten, or do they look to be more along bush 5?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Total investigation.
How much? What was it? Sorry, I missed that.
1, 3, 13.
With a 13 investigation, it would seem, after you kind of like pinch these berries and smell them, bush 1 through 4, for whatever reason, does seem to contain poisonous fruit.
You think the hunter was playing some kind of game, Lucas, that the rest of the fruits are poisonous except for this one, or
I don't know. Let me try something, and I'll cast Dispel Magic on Bush 5.
It's all of the berries immediately fall off, and during the brief duration of the spell, the plant withers back as if it shrivels and drops all of its fruit. But as soon as the spell ends, only a second or two is all it takes for this bush to pop out of a new new leaves, new berries, etc., and it seems to return to its former state.
I don't know. That just seems like an everlasting bush.
Everlasting fire, everlasting bush. This whole thing is weird. Lookers said the deer said that its scent was close. They seem like they haven't seen him, but that they could still smell him nearby or her nearby. I mean, that's bothering me.
Well, why don't you wild shape into a dog and play Bloodhound?
But didn't they say it was like last they smelled was like a day or two ago?
Days for days on end, but that they smelt him recently, so they would assume that he's nearby or she's nearby. Goddammit.
Well, you don't even know it's a he or a she.
Or they are nearby.
That's why I said turn into a pup, go smell around the room, and stick her, boy, stick her.
I don't know what else to do. So Logus wild shapes into a bloodhound, and will use his perception to see if he can catch the scent that the deer were talking about.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check. I think with advantage, since you're the beagle, using your beagle stuff.
With advantage, that's a 32 perception with advantage.
Goddamn. Okay, so for sure you catch the scent of many woodland creatures, and you probably could absolutely chase down this deer. But a less familiar scent kind of is what you come across as you're here in this place. It smells like lavender, but also like metal, rust, blood, and death. And you quickly, as this in this form, pick up the scent, and you wander over to the scent seems to travel between the stump where Renwick had pulled the axe from, with the watering can sitting upon it, and the bush 5. It is just like a straight shot somewhere between there. You absolutely catch the scent of what you believe to be this hunter.
In bloodhound form is gonna alert, like do that thing where like it stands at attention and like points because it found the scent, and then just run off in that direction, trying to keep the scent and track where this thing is going.
I mean, you catch a few scents like around the area. It looks like he is like well traveled the perimeter of this cabin, or she rather. But the most recent scent is only about 10 feet. It keeps leading you back to the same spot. The tree stump, then and the bush number 5. It's where it's keeps pointing to the same place.
Chris is going to check out that tree stump. See if it's just a stump.
Okay, give me perception, investigation.
Investigation. 21.
It appears to be just a regular tree stump. It's blessedly free of things like rot for whatever reason. Maybe it was freshly cut down for all you know. And, sitting upon it is this simple copper watering can.
I'll pick up the watering can and kind of tip it to see if anything comes out.
It is absolutely full. It sprinkles forth, and when you put it back normal, it refills itself.
I'll take it over to bush 5 and pour water on it.
As you pour water on bush 5, the bush vines immediately begin to sprout out in all directions and cling to the ground. And it is not long before a field of like a small patch of flowers just erupts from this green vines and moss. And as it all fades away, a trapdoor is now apparent. You can see the down. It's not actually closed. It is just a hole with a rungs in the side leading down into this darkness.
I'm as smart as a second grader.
Yes, Locust, Locust, we did it. I was talking to myself in third person as I go for a high five in Bloodhound form for Locust.
Locris will do the 5, but then do that kneel down and scratch behind the ears and the neck. The who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Locust will, pick the leg and then roll over so Locust can scratch his belly.
Nope. Hey guys, we got something out here.
Oh shit, what'd you guys find?
Found a way down. Apparently, the trap door was hidden by a bush, and we had to water it.
After about a minute, the hole closes up. The roots standing all around reach out to one another, and with a loud pop, a bush once again reappears, full of berries.
Okay, so 1, these berries are really good. Highly recommend them, but only from this bush. And 2, apparently we got to pop this thing open and just charge straight down. Or are we just going to say screw it?
I wonder what happens when you water the other bush.
I watered one of the other bushes.
Which one?
Well, I'm assuming we're standing right in front of bush 5, so probably whichever one is like immediately to his right.
Okay, so we'll call it bush 4.
Sure.
As you splash some water on bush 4, it begins to grow, and the once kind of green berry bush now becomes black and thorny, and these tendrils of vines seem to whip out in every direction. Go ahead and give me both Logos and Locris some dexterity saving throws as this spiky appendages of this very angry plant reach out for you.
A nat 20 for 22.
Very nice.
A nat 18 for 28.
So these appendages like whip and crack, kind of similar to whips. They are covered in these like thorny barbs, and this plant continues to just grow and flail about in place. Every once in a while, the plant forms a very humanoid face in its various limbs and vines, and it seems to glare at you and call out in some Fey language, but it appears angry and strikes at any and all of you should you get close to it, or Bush 5, any of the bushes, and this maintains as the norm for the time being. The bush rages on.
Apparently, that's what happens.
Yeah, maybe we should leave the other bushes alone and just hop on down the one with the secret tunnel.
Yeah, I'd say so. All right, well, let's give it a minute, see if this one disappears too. And then water the other bush and start heading down.
It does take a bit longer for this bush to subside, but yeah, after 20-30 minutes or so, it does return to the former green bouncing bush that it was.
You first, Lucas. And it'll push Lucas towards the hole.
Well, I mean, shouldn't we send the beefy boy down first?
Nope, need somebody who can see.
Makes a good point.
God damn it. All right. Y'all are coming down after me, right? Because this thing disappears and I get scared.
Lady will be right behind you.
Okay. And as the hole opens, Locust will jump in.
Okay, yeah. As the hole opens, you just jumping in, or are you taking the ladder?
I'm taking the ladder.
Oh, come on. All right. So yeah, you make it's a short journey, but it is about 25-30 feet straight down, and you find yourself kind of in the center of an intersection. It looks like first of all, it looks like you're in man-made tunnels. They're perfectly round and smooth. You can see footprints coming and going in every direction. But you're at like a cross intersection. There is a path to your north, your south, your east, and your west. You're kind of centered here. As you kind of look around, I'm going to say with your passive being so high, you see from each of these directions, just about where the darkness kind of fucks with your vision, you see an individual, this armored person, standing tall, covered head to toe in this suit of armor that is very custom. Like the pieces of full plate armor intermingle well and like kind of lock in well and allow for some sort of movement. This is a very janky, clunky suit of armor, almost as if someone maybe built it from something like shields rather than proper materials. But you see this person down each of the hallways, and it just kind of echoes through this corridor. God damn Fey trickery. And following that, there's a tink to tink 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 as this small metal colander kind of rolls down the hallway and fills the whole area with this smoke, obscuring your view. But yeah, essentially you are in this moment. What do you do?
We just call out to her, or I mean, I guess I'm just gonna call out to her. We've been, hello, can you hear us? Logan's will call out.
Give me a persuasion check, Logos.
That is a straight roll for a 13.
Does a 23 hit?
Yeah. Let me double check. Yes. Jeez.
You take 21 piercing damage as an arrow flies through this fog and strikes you square in the chest. At this point, I think we'll have to roll some initiative.
What an asshole.
Who shoots a dog?
Are you still a dog down there?
Climb down the ladder in dog form.
Maybe,
Should
I mean,
I
if you were
go
still a
for
dog, were you
that?
just howling at them?
Shot
Are we
me. He deserves to die.
Say that again? Sorry, I'm trying to grab some initiative. Damn, Lucas is always up there. 23. All right, a fucking 3, huh? All right. Okay, so
13 total, if it makes a difference.
oh, okay, it does by a lot. Yeah. All right. Okay, so top of the round, that's going to be Logos, no surprise. So you've just been struck with this arrow as this smoke kind of obscures your vision. You know there's a tunnel to the north, south, east, and west. It's about 10 feet wide, all of these tunnels, but you can't see more than 5 feet in any direction due to the smoke. So, what do you do?
Did I get hit from a specific direction? Or like how did that work? Because you said so with 4 different tunnels and I can see the figure at the end of each tunnel. Would I know which tunnel I got shot from?
I'd say I would make it a pretty low insight check. Let's call it like a DC like 11 to determine where this arrow came from. Insight.
My passive insight is 20, if that matters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. It came from the northern corridor.
Logus is gonna use, free action to relay that information to his teammates. That fucking arrow came from this direction. And can I move forward in the corridor to try to make it past the smoke?
Yeah. How far forward do you want to go?
Well, not too far. Okay. Before the smoke went off, could I gauge how far into the tunnel this person was?
Before the smoke went off, you saw somebody at about 40 feet of distance down every direction.
Okay. I'm gonna move in about 10 feet to see if I'm still in smoke.
Okay, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. As you walk forward about 10 feet, not only does the smoke persist, but you distinctly hear the pink of a tripwire as you walk forward. This massive axe comes sliding down from the ceiling from the darkness and makes its way to cleave your head.
It's a 27 dexterity.
You easily duck and kind of like press up against the wall, but the axe continues to swing back and forth. It's on some sort of pendulum and some sort of mechanized something or another in the ceiling that's kind of allowing this axe to just maintain a steady pace, swinging back and forth and back and forth.
Let me see. I think I have something here.
So that was a bit of movement. You still have like an action, a bonus action. You still have some more movement if you'd like.
I never look at my spells. I'm trying to see because I'm pretty sure. Um, shoot. I am going to. I guess I'm just for now. I'm just gonna hold an action, to attack in case I see the person because I can't see nothing. I'm too too scared to move forward.
Okay, so moving on down, that's Gladier. You from the top, you would have, Logos would have called out to you, told you what direction he's being attacked from, but it's not long after Logos scrambles down this little this ladder or whatever. Smoke begins to arise out of the hole. So what do you do?
Did I before smoke started coming out? Did I catch how far down the drop is?
About 25 feet.
Yeah. Okay. Um, would it save me movement if I just drop down instead of trying to climb down?
I'll leave it up to an acrobatics check or athletics check.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah, I'll go athletics. I'm not gonna try and like tuck and roll out of it. I'm just gonna try and superhero landing.
Nice. Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's a dirty 20.
And yeah, you just kind of drop off and pull off this smooth superhero landing. Dust ripples through the smoke as you drop down on this sweet superhero landing. Unfortunately, you're the only one who knows that it ever happened because you don't see Logos in your immediate vicinity. You've got about 5 feet of vision in all directions. You've got a north, south, east, and western path.
In what way did he call it again? Which way was the attack coming from?
He called out to being attacked from the north, I believe.
Okay, gotcha. So we're on the south side in your map, and north is directly in front of us?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Uh, fuck. Um, well, I can't see shit. I just know he's being attacked from people in front of him. Yeah, I was gonna move forward just directly straight ahead 20 feet to see if maybe the smoke clears at all.
As you move ahead 20 feet, you start to move ahead and you see this axe just kind of swooshing from the ceiling, going back and forth in the middle of this hallway. You kind of have to shimmy, cling to the wall to get by. And as this is kind of where you find Logos kind of hanging out in this vicinity. Just on the other side of it, you continue another 10 feet and go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw as you press forward, you come upon what looks to be a wall of stone, a dead end, as it were. But as you step forward, a pressure plate definitely sinks under the weight of one of your feet. Many darts begin to fly out of the wall.
Oh, that's not good. That's only a fucking 8.
Okay, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw as well.
All right. That's a little better than my dex. That is a 13.
Did you say 13?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 25 points of poison damage,
Yeah.
and you now have the poison status effect.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so I'm poisoned. All right. But is the smoke still like thick around here? Still only have like 5 feet of visibility.
Yeah, it's not as thick as in the center, but your visibility is only increased to the last couple of squares of the hall. It's you got about 10 feet of visibility at the end.
All right. And I don't see anyone.
Go ahead and give me a perception check if you'd like.
Gladiator, Gladiator, redeem
That
yourself.
actually wasn't,
Gladiator.
that actually wasn't bad. It's at 18. 17 on the die plus 1.
Oh, nice. It would appear that you are alone at the end of this hallway, Gladiator.
All right. So I drop down, move. So I'm like looking at the map that you last sent. I'm like 5 or 10 feet in front of Logus, his mini. Oh,
Exactly. You're about 10 feet,
oh,
5 feet distance between the two of you. You're
I was
almost up against where the map ends is where the stone brick
Yeah.
wall begins.
Okay. Well, I mean, fuck, I just ran into a dead end and got poison darted. So I use 20 feet of movement, so I think I have oh no, I have 40 feet total movement. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna go backwards 20 feet because I walked up to this dead end. I don't see anything other than the poison darts that just fucking flew at me. So I'm gonna just backtrack and I'll get on the other side of Logus if I can, between like Logus and the intersection.
Okay.
And
As
man,
you go to move away, hiding from within the corner, from invisibility, this person will take an opportunity attack against you.
I'm a bitch.
23 hit?
Yes. It's
Okay, just making sure, sometimes you guys are fucks. Let me roll this out. Damn, that's not bad. You're looking at 19 points of damage as this armored individual wielding dual kopeshes slashes into you from this darkness as you go to retreat.
okay. All right. So would you seeing as I taken out like someone swings and hits me as I'm starting to walk away, can I like cancel my move? Still take the opportunity attack, obviously, but can I like cancel my movement and try and move back to that same general area to see if I can try and attack them, even though they're
You've got
invisible?
enough movement. If you want to backpedal and go and re-engage, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah. So I'll just move back to where I was, where I felt the attack came from, and I'll I'd fucking blindly swing out twice. But I'm gonna use. Fuck, I hope this hits. Where is it? Shit. Bonus action. Um, Shining Smite. It's a third level spell. It is target hit by the strike takes an extra 2d8, 2d6 radiant damage from the attack. Until the spell ends, the target sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius. Attack rolls have advantage against it, and it can't benefit from the invisible condition. So I'm gonna just kind of grab my pendant and just swing out with my Kopesh in a wide arc to see if I can try and hit it with this.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Make him turn visible, hopefully. If I can fucking hit.
Oh, he came out of invisibility when he attacked you, for sure.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, sorry if I didn't make that clear, but yeah,
Oh, no.
once he struck, he is now visible form. You know, he stands about as tall as you in this gaudy armor that looks like it's made of like shields. It's such a big armor that you could probably get inside of it with full plate armor on. Like, it's thick.
Oh, shit. Damn. Okay. Actually, in that case, seeing that they became visible again, rewind, retcon, I won't do the Shining Smite. I was just doing that to try and turn them visible. Yeah, so just a regular attack.
Okay, perfect. Give me some attack rolls.
That is a 24. Yeah, plus 13 with 11 on the die. 24 to hit.
It's like 24 plus 13. What the fuck are you rolling? No, yeah, no, you're good. 24 hits for sure.
They will see God today with a 34 to hit. No. 1d8 plus 8. Plus my 1d8 for improved divine smite. Okay, so that is 10 slashing damage and 1 radiant damage for the first attack. You know, I'm gonna swing again, kind of that wide arc, and then I'm just gonna backhand with the Kopesh.
Nice, for sure.
That is not as good. That's a 15 to hit.
It's not that you don't hit, it's that you just don't penetrate the armor. A loud clang off of this massive suit of armor.
All right, yeah, and then yeah, I think that'll be it for now. Yeah, that'll be my turn. And I'm just gonna kind of square up on them and just kind of art eyes darting down to their swords, noticing they kind of match mine somewhat. Hold fast between them and Logus.
All right. Moving on down in initiative. Locris, you are up.
All right, I'll follow suit and hop down the hole.
Okay. You can either take the ladder and use your movement or give me an acrobatics or athletics check to take the jump.
Oh, let's do acrobatics. Take the risk. 13.
13 is not quite enough. As you land roughly, you take a whopping 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the bottom of this little cavern. But aside from that, it takes about half your movement as well.
All right, I'll listen to where I hear them yelling or action, and I'll head off that way.
Okay, it's kind of smoky in here, so it's hard to see, but after you step forward, you run right into the back of Logos. And you see swinging from the ceiling this axe just kind of pendulating, kind of like a grandfather clock, right down the middle of the hallway. Whoosh, 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 you kind of have to press up against the wall. You want to move past him to Gladier?
Yes.
Okay, another 5 feet, and this is kind of where the smoke begins to thin at least a little bit, and now you standing right behind Gladier, you see him kind of engaged with this large armored individual.
If I could see him, I would cast Hold Person or Hold Monster. Or I don't use up the shard.
Okay, hold monster. I don't think the hold monster spell is going to apply to this individual, but
Just says choose a creature.
any creature.
It just says creature. That's why I was using it instead of person. Otherwise, I would have used person. Unless I'm reading it wrong.
I mean, creatures are pretty broad. I mean, that's a kind of a perspective thing, I guess.
And I figured it's a 5th level spell, so if you're willing to use this larger spell slot.
Yeah, why not? I'll allow it. Sounds like it'll work. So what's the save for the hold monster spell?
Wisdom 18.
As I roll this out, let me fucking give her a toss here. 15 on the die becomes 19. Sorry, bud.
Damn.
She kind of shirks off a bit of your magic, calls out, "What kind of fey fuckery is this?" She kind of squats up and gets ready to attack a Gladier. But, alas, anything else, Locris?
Bonus action, Hexblade Curse.
Oh, okay. All right. Moving on down from there. Blade, you're up. You've seen Logos Gladier and now Locris kind of jump into the smoking hole. How do you proceed?
Oh wait, it's me.
Yeah, you're up. The smoking hole as you kind of like look down. It's not very big, but 3 of your comrades have traversed the depths.
God damn. Wait, did Renwick go? Because I swear to God, he got a higher initiative than me. I think I got an 8.
Oh shit, I fucking swapped you guys. God, I'm retarded. I was like, because I thought Renwick had a 3 for whatever reason. It totally fucked me up. Let me unfuck that real quick. Renwick.
I was just mainly I was unprepared because I just made a fuck ton of pop rocks.
Oh. Valid excuse. Valid excuse. I'm sorry about that. Renwick, yeah. My bad. I fat fingered some shit. Renwick, you
Word.
are up.
So I gotta get down the ladder. Can I roll an acrobatics check to try to do like the slide down the ladder, so I can spare some movement?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Sick. That's gonna be a 24.
And you land at the bottom, smooth. It's smoky. It's hard to see in every direction, but alas, you make it to the bottom with your full movement.
Okay. And I have 25 feet. So can I get to where my friends are? I just need to get a visual on this huntress. It looks like I should have enough movement, I think.
Yeah, so 5-foot step gets you right behind Logos, who is right behind Locris, who is right behind Gladier, who has been engaging this person. But let's see, 5, 10, 15,
So I'm
20.
Renwick
25.
is gonna.
Yeah, you could run all the way to the end of the hallway. See, it's we're gonna ignore the binders center there, and so there is it's about 10 feet. There's enough room for you to close the distance for sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna try something then. I'm gonna keep myself about 15 feet away as long as I can see the huntress, and I'm gonna use my new feature, panache. So
Okay, so in order to see the huntress, you got to get within 10 feet of her due to the smoke.
totally fine. 10 feet works. So at 9th level, my charm becomes extraordinarily beguiling, and as an action, I can make a charisma check contested by the creature's wisdom check, or insight check specifically. The creature must be able to hear me and must share language. If I succeed on the check, oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'll stay 15 feet away then because I don't need to see her. I just need to. She needs to hear me. But if I succeed on the check, the creature is hostile, and the creature is hostile. It has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than me, and can't make opportunity attacks on targets other than me. And that effect would last for 1 minute, or until they are afflicted by a spell or take damage. So Renwick just kind of like calls out, and he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, can we do away with the pleasantries? We just came here to talk. Can you not be stabbing my friends?"
And what, you need a wisdom save from me?
It's an insight check
Oh,
from you
okay,
against
those.
my persuasion.
Oh, all right. You know, I'll roll it in chat for you then. Let's see.
That's mid.
It's
14?
not super crazy, but it's a like +4. So
Yep.
skadoosh.
Well, the panache didn't work. And, oh, shit. Well, I guess I'm gonna summon a tentacle right in front of me because it has a 10-foot reach. And I'm just gonna try to slap the shit out of her.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Fuck me. That's an 11. That doesn't hit. But at least there's a tentacle blocking her now.
Yeah, just kind of clangs into the armor, but yeah, it doesn't quite find purchase. Anything else there, Renwick? Movement, bonus action, action. I think that was it, right?
Yep. I'm gonna call it there.
Okay, now Blade, it's really your turn this time.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna follow my friends here and drop down into the the tunnel here. Probably rolling acrobatics.
Okay, great. Yeah, give me an acrobatics check.
So 29.
Easily done. You know, you land in this smoky environment. It's hard to see, but you've got the north, south, east, and west tunnels. Your comrades seem to have gone into the north one. How do you kind of proceed?
I guess would it be obvious to kind of hear what direction my friends are in? Like kind of where the commotion's coming from?
Yeah, you can for sure hear that they're coming from the north, for sure.
So I guess I would just run that direction to be kind of where they are. And the tunnel, so is it 10 feet wide?
Yes, the tunnel is 10 feet wide. So I kind of just dropped a fresh map, but so yeah, you it's about 10 feet wide. You take a 5-foot step forward, and you are within arm's distance of both Logos and Renwick. However, this giant mechanical axe seems to be swaying back and forth down the middle of the hallway, so you kind of have to like hug the wall at this point. But yeah, so as you kind of creep up on your party, you can see barely see Chris on the other side of Logos, but you're too far away from Gladier or this enemy to actually see them at this point. But you've only taken like 5 feet of movement, so.
I guess I'll just kind of like if I feel like this is where the commotion's coming from, I'm gonna keep moving forward. Can I get up close enough to where I can see the hunter?
Yeah, if you step in front of Renwick, you'll be between him and his tentacle, but you will have eyes on the hunter.
Okay. Um, I guess, yeah, Blade is going to, um, I guess I'm just going to yell out to the hunter. I'm not going to cast anything. I'm just going to be like, listen here, we don't necessarily want to fight you. We want to come to an agreement with you. We're not here to spill blood. We're here on the behalf of Stuart.
She spits on the ground through the armor. Ugh, Stuart. More fey fuckery then. All right. To the death it is.
Not without you doing a little dance for me first. And then I'm going to cast the the dance on her, the irresistible dance.
As the thick armor begins to shimmy and shake and clink and clank, she begins to cry out almost as if in pain. What is it? Your curses! More. I knew you were fey. I knew it.
You can just call it fey fuckery. And I guess I'm going to bonus action. I'm gonna go ahead and give Logos some inspo. It's gonna say like, you've taken arrow to the chest. Now do your best to knock this bitch's head off.
Very nice.
Yep, Logos, you have a 1d10. And yeah, I'm just gonna look menacingly at this hunter.
Excellent. Moving on down would be the hunter's turn. Let me just leave it up to the dice here. She spends her whole standard action stopping her legs from, frantically dancing. She physically grabs them with both hands and, tries to snap her knees to be straight. And she spends her standard action trying to fight off the effects of this spell. She attacks with her bonus. No, actually, she casts a healing word spell on herself.
On her spell.
She does not cast a healing word spell on herself. All right, moving on back to the top. Logos, you are up.
Um, I am going to cast my first 5th level spell. I'm going to tell her to stop fighting. And I'm going to cast Gias. You give a verbal command to a creature that you can see within range, ordering it to carry out some service or refrain from an action or a course of activity as you decide. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the charm condition for the duration. The target automatically succeeds if it can't understand your language. And then, well, we'll see what happens. Wisdom 18.
13 on the die, but I get a +4, but that's only 17. 17 fails.
While charmed, the creature takes 5d10 psychic damage if it acts in a manner directly counter to my command. It takes this damage no more than once per day. You can issue any command you choose short of an activity that result in certain death, or should you issue a suicidal command. And she's charmed for 30 days.
Damn. She, she's in a squat. She's finally got her legs up underneath her and prepared to attack Gladier, and then casually, kind of almost confused, she drops the kopeshes to her side. stands and cocks her head, kind of stares at you guys. What? What are you guys doing here?
We are not enemies of yours. We've actually come looking to help. It seems that you are stuck down here.
Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't call it stuck. It's a good place to hide. I'm not from here. The Fey world's tries to eat me up, but I do what I can.
Do you think you could drop whatever this smoke is so that we may be able to talk more properly?
Oh, sorry. It usually takes a while to clear out, but she turns around and pushes on this seemingly normal stone wall, and it slides open a secret passageway. And she kind of gestures to you. Come on, in here. My private quarters is a little less smoky.
Ah, thank you. Gentlemen, please, after you. And I'll tell them, let's follow her.
Yeah, so she leads you guys back down a short tunnel and into something a bit more comfortable. There's a couple of bookshelves, there's several like plush chairs and couches, there's yet another roaring fireplace. She has dozens of different weapons kind of adorn the walls, and she lights a couple torches to really illuminate the area, gestures to for you guys to kind of help yourself. You see alchemical supplies. She's got a small alchemy laboratory down here. You see a small forge and several like bent raw pieces of steel and iron that are currently in the process of being shaped. And she kind of removes her mask and addresses the party. Logos, you recognize this female. This person is not some stranger, but someone from the village of Xanathia. Who you are looking at is a half elf named Alewin. And she is in fact part of the Shades Avian, your father's adventuring party. And she kind of recognizes you at about the same time you recognize her. And she's like, "What? The Logos? Oh man."
How do you pronounce Olewin?
Alewin, correct. I'll type it out for you.
Olewin, it can't be you. We thought you were dead. I actually came here looking for my father.
Oh, well, it's a bummer that you came all the way here, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to get back to your dad so we can get the fuck out of here. The Feywild sucks, man. It's crazy here.
Do you know how long you've been here?
I mean, time works weird. The sun kind of never sets, I walk over there in the grass and the sun is in the morning. And I walk around in the forest and the sun is at dusk. And it never moves. It just kind of stays, I don't know. If I had to guess, I would say a few months.
How long has it been? I keep forgetting. How long has it been since I've seen my father and the real world?
Years.
Oh, it's been years. I mean, we've been through a lot before we came this way. You have no idea where he is or any of the others?
Yeah, I know exactly where they are. I've been trying to free them this whole damn time. The fucking Spring King turned most of those guys into fucking honey goblins. Let me back it up. She kind of goes over to a little brewing kit that she's got, and it looks like a keg that's been tapped. And she pours you guys a round of ale. She says, "Gather round. Let's have a talk." So, we cross into the Feywild hunting the damn Shadow Dragon, right? But we're like a few hours or days behind it, right? And the Feywild, it regenerates quickly, so we didn't really know where we were going, but we tracked it anyway. Your dad in the lead. We made it all the way through the Autumn Court and over this vast sea. We traveled for weeks tracking this damn dragon, and we finally track it to the Winter Court. Now, it's not great there, kind of sucks, but the unkind queen was very kind to us. Well, or so we thought. She was worried about the dragon terrorizing her land and offered her help. We would run what turned out to be wild goose chases. All the while, the queen digging her words and sweet nothings into your father. I don't know what happened exactly, but if I had to guess, Lagos has been tricked by some fey fuckery somehow. That queen's got him, because once she had her claws in him, she wouldn't let us see him anymore, and when we demanded we see him, and in fact tried to break him out of his quarters, she seized us, and through magic of some kind, scattered us to the wind in the Feywild. It took another week or two for us to find each other, and then we remembered the Spring King offering to help us find the Autumn Court once. So we returned, told him our plight, and asked for his help, and he agreed. He said he could help us, but we'd have to do a favor for him, too. And once again, more wild goose chases, things that are more impossible than the last. Send us out to catch a jar of frog's breath or something. Things that are impossible. And when we would fail, one by one, that was the price. They became honey goblins. So, in short, your father's adventuring party are now slaves to what you call Stuart, and your father is held in the unkind queen's court, in the Winter Court. Weeks upon weeks of travel from here. And I fear he's being held prisoner, too. You guys didn't think it was weird that, this, but like a whole tribe of honey goblins just serves this bear monster thing? That wasn't like a red flag to you guys?
I mean, it
The
was,
Feywild.
but we couldn't exactly determine why. So it was like, all right, let's play along. This guy's clearly powerful. We probably don't want to fuck with him until we know what's up.
That's what we thought. We all thought he was real chill at first, but only a few days before some fey fuckery started. He kind of looks at Blade.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry for calling you a bitch too, by the way.
She shrugs. She doffs this massive suit of armor that is essentially shields and other like iron pieces more than armor proper, and she is in fact wearing half plate armor underneath this massive suit of armor. She's kind of, as she undoffs this armor, she's tells you guys, iron seems to keep the Fae away. It's how I managed to survive an encounter or two with that big old Spring King. Yeah. He might seem like a ninny, but those claws and teeth, they're real.
First, essentially, we gotta spring your dad from some sort of charmed winter fey castle, and also save 3 or 4 random honey goblins that are mixed into a massive trap.
Yes, only 3. Celessa, Elidornis, and Elithane. All members of the Shades Avian. We all came here together with Lagos.
I mean, when you put it like that, that seems easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the craziest thing we've ever done. I mean, it's
That
up there.
downside is we need to figure out how to get the honey goblins back. I would say that takes, first precedent. Just they're right here. Elowen, have you been able to figure out if we were to get them, how we might change them back?
I've straight up kidnapped multiple goblins that I assume to be my party members, and I've held them here against their will. Poked and prodded them, tried different rituals, a couple different spells, different remedies. I got nothing. My only assumption at this point is to kill that Spring King bastard. If he dies, then all of the magic bullshit fuckery that's tied to him also dies. Everybody there's essentially slaves, not just the 300 goblins he's claimed, all of the honey goblins, the dryads too. They're his servants. Like, he's bound them to himself.
Logos will look over at Blade.
Almost like they would have had to have relations with you at the behest of the Spring King. Wow, Lucas.
You're
Yeah,
right. They
that's
were
just perfect.
asking us for help the whole time. I should have known. It was in their flirtations and the drugs they gave us when the forest talked to me. I should have listened.
Some good shit.
Yeah, I'm not really I mean, everyone here is definitely not not for people being held against their will, especially friends of ours, and they're Logos's dad's friends, and they're our friends too. So yeah, we'll fuck that stupid little bear up. He pissed me off the whole time, just being not chill and all that. He just said chill too many times.
You know what, Gladier? And as I realized, he turned me and Blade against you. He probably told the Dryads to just tease us so we'd blame you and we'd start fighting.
He was setting us against each other this whole time.
It was that bastard bear creature.
I knew you guys love me.
Well, yeah, so Elowen,
Anyway,
so you've said you've tussled with the Spring King before. So what happened? How did that go?
Not great. She points to the several pieces of damaged armor at her little forge. He's a formidable foe. He's twice as strong as any man. I don't know. He's just a ferocious warrior. He's very chill when he's getting his way, but more bear-like when he's not. But I've been kind of living here for months. Dug this place out, put the whole fake setup up top to kind of throw the Fae off, and this is where I've been staying. So I've tried several times to see if he's like carrying something that would break the curse, or if it's in his lair somewhere. I've snooped everywhere in that place. I've basically patted that guy down a dozen times. Like, I'm at a loss aside from killing him. That's the only thing I could think of. And well, it's pretty hard by myself. But now that I got a little help, she kind of looks at you guys with a bit of a smile. This might work out.
Well, guys, I mean, as much as we try to avoid fighting, it seems that our hands are tied here because it seems that we're gonna share the same fate as my father's group. If we come back empty-handed, it seems that one of us is gonna become a goblin.
I mean, he did tell us to kill her.
As you say that, Logos, it does kind of come across your mind that the Spring King and Blade for sure made a pinky promise.
Oh boy.
Well, for what it's worth, we do have a particular penchant for slaying monarchs. So I'm fairly certain that we're all in on this. And he puts his tentacle hand in.
Wait, I mean, I'm confused. Okay, so he asked us to kill you, and how will he know if we succeed or not?
Did he specifically say the words kill? Because that would not be very chill, right?
I believe he said to take care of.
Or get rid of, or to. I
Well,
think he just wanted you to stop taking his honey goblins.
Fuck that, they're my friends.
So we're
Yeah,
gonna
and
take.
he's. Can I can I recall what was asked of us?
Renwick was correct. Yes, he said that he asked you to take care of his problem.
So we'll take care of you by taking care of him.
and the way I see it is we take care of his problem because you'll leave if the curse is reverted, and the only way to revert that curse is to kill him, and if he's dead, he can't worry about it anymore, so, And he, leans in a little further with his hand, trying to get everybody to join in.
Well, it seems that no matter what, Eloin, that I don't think you can join this fight with us then. Because if he sees you there, then he knows we didn't take care of you and we lose Blade.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean I can't help. Look, I've been fucking around with this guy for a while, and I happen to know when he gets good and agitated, those honey goblins come in swarms. Maybe I fuck with the honey goblins. I go, light some of their shits on fire and pick a big fight in their little village. That'll get them all up in arms and coming to me, which will leave, a handful of dryads and you with the Spring King. I doubt the dryads will fight. They're non-violent type.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have a little of an idea that I might be able to help with something, but I need a little assistance with that if I was in order to, able to pull it off.
Well,
What-
the thing that I worry about, though, is that if you go and cause a ruckus, I think that too breaches the take care of wording.
oh
The
no,
contract.
I
this
don't
won't
know
really
that
be a
our
run.
contract states anything about us fucking with him. It really only said that we would take care of his problem.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll explain more in detail if I can figure out if I can even pull this off. But uh, Ellen, do you happen? I see you got some blacksmithing tools around here, right? She had like an like small little area to repair her stuff.
Oh, she's for sure
Around
got
it.
a makeshift forge.
Okay, and you've been here for a while. Do you happen to have any salt maybe to preserve your meats or anything like that?
Salt, maybe a bit. She kind of rummages through an old backpack and produces roughly, a half pound of salt or so.
Damn. Okay. Um, I would like. I'm trying to see if I would be able to cast a spell, but it
How
has
much salt do you need?
um salt and powdered silver worth 100 GP. I mean, I'm assuming I could probably use, blacksmithing tools to take, you know, silver pieces and just crumble them up into a powder. I mean, I'm sure if I hammer silver pieces enough, it will turn to dust.
Yeah, you
But
could probably figure it out.
yeah. Locust, do you have any salt?
I have 100 pounds of salt.
You have 100 pounds of salt? Is that what you just said?
It's 200.
You have 200 pounds of salt. I would guess that would be plenty.
It's worth 10 gold pieces.
Sorry, you keep breaking up a little bit. What was it?
It's worth 10 gold pieces, all the salt I have.
Oh. Well, I guess leave that up to DM discretion. It doesn't say a particular ratio. It literally
Okay.
says
If you're willing to
Salt
burn
and
100
pepper.
silver pieces, we could say it's just a couple handfuls of salt that go with it.
Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. So I have this particular spell that I can essentially create a cylinder around specific type of creature, Fae being included in one of those types of creatures, and trap him inside there for up to 10 minutes. And he's it's gonna make him not really good at attacking us, and we can just pummel him into submission while he's trapped in this cylinder. It just you guys would have to distract him for about a whole minute while I cast it. So maybe if you guys walk in there and just start talking about how we took care of his problem, I can stand in the background and start casting this, and as long as he doesn't notice me for a minute, he's gonna be trapped, and then we can just all jump on him.
I think we could do that.
Leywin just kind of, refills everybody's mug and then goes in for a cheer. She kind of holds her mug out. To friends, getting back to the material plane and having somebody to fucking talk to that's not a goddamn fairy. I'm just so excited. Pixies, they ain't much better. Cheers, lads. And she cheers your guys' mugs and pounds some of this booze.
Before she drinks, I go, Elowen, no drinking, because she's still charmed by my thing just to fuck with her.
She casually sets the beer down on the table and kind of pouts.
I'm kidding. Of course. And I drop the spell on her.
She looks about for a moment, kind of confused, wiggles her nose, kinds of puts together what the fuck just happened. She's like, oh, all right, yeah, all right. And she chugs the beer.
I kind of hold out my arms. I'm sorry, friend. You were going to kill us. You're still the badass that my dad, hired you to be.
I don't know about all of you, but him, I was for sure going to kill him. She points to Glacier.
And I point to the arrow wound in my chest. I was like, you were gonna kill me too. You didn't even recognize me.
Wow. Sorry about that. She kind of fumbles around with a few things, hands you a bit of salve. I'll take care of that. You'll be all right in a few days.
Well, cheers. For all time's sake.
To finding your father. And she cheers you and guzzles down some of this ale. I think this is probably a good spot to bookmark our tale, fellas.
Dude, we came into this goddamn Fae way too trusting.
I knew something was going to be up with the Spring King, but I didn't see that one coming in.
It took over a year, but I finally had a conversation with you guys with an NPC that you didn't insight check the fuck out of, and I was lying so much every time. I was so proud of myself.
Well, right, Lucas. Think about that dryad for Nanny.
I blame Blade.
I threw some flirty dryads in and a bunch of chill, and you guys just reverse psychology that or something. I don't know. I think that was the first time you guys didn't insight check the fuck out of anything I had to say. I really scarred you with Teddy, so hopefully Stuart can do just as good.
Blade was so charming. I thought we could trust these people. I trusted Blade, and that's my fault.
The Dryads are trust. Yeah, we can trust them.
Never trust the bard. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And I'd look back on Gladiator being so hesitant and distrusting. I should have trusted him. I should have believed in Gladiator this whole time.
You gotta trust a lizard that can't even see.
To be fair, Gladiator, if you had more confidence in yourself, I probably would have.
No tail, no eyes. What the fuck?
No confidence.
He's got nothing. I'm joking. I'm joking. Love you, Gladia.
Later said.
God, dude, this just got stressing me out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to storm another fucking castle and queen.
We have to kill a king and a queen. Probably this fucking
It's
arc.
sounding like it. Yeah, something tells me she's not going to give your dad back very willingly.
And the dragon is still out there. I don't know what's. Oh God. I'm sorry, fellas. I don't know why my
Yeah, man. Like,
my
what sort of fucking backstory did you give Sean?
yeah. Just I mean, this is all crazy and shit. Just remember that Blade is after me. So
Yeah, and we know nothing about him yet.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that Blade Silverstring isn't his real name. Or is it?
You don't know that. Should be a fuckload of donkeys in my arc. I just hope you know.
Oh, you've already
So
set the
much ass.
stage.
So much ass.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna take off. Keep in touch. Let's do this crazy thing again soon. Yeah.
Sounds good, boys. Are we all good for next week?
all good on my end.
I think so, yeah.
All good here.
Yep. Good here.
Alright,
So.
here's the-
Sick. All right. I will see you gentlemen then.